After watching Tipperary in the Munster final, I have to admit, I didn't think they'd probably progress as far as semi-final. It's been a fantastic achievement for them. I think I was a bit disappointed in the Munster final. I thought they were maybe overawed a small bit by the occasion. Didn't really express themselves, and we certainly didn't see the free-flowing football in the Munster final like we did against Galway in the last round. So I think a lot of credit goes to Liam Kearns, a very experienced manager. He's obviously rallied the players around him, and they're very impressive against Galway in the semi-final. But I suppose this is the big test for them now. Since the Kerry game, they've played Derry and played Galway. So it's no big surprise to see them beating those teams. So I think Mayo is a big step up for them, and this is a big test of how far they've come since the Munster final. If you look at Mayo, they've become much more defensive this year. The new management have come in. They've identified probably the big games they've lost over the last number of years have been high scoring. They've been conceding big scores. So they've felt the best chance to win the All-Ireland is to tidy up defensively, and they've gone about trying to do that and playing Kevin McLaughlin as a sweeper, and even getting maybe some of their half-backs like Lee Keegan to be more disciplined and staying back a bit more. So I suppose coming up against Tipperary then, a real, gung-ho forward-orientated team with a very strong full forward line, like to play it direct and long and high as well. So that'll be a very interesting dynamic, and it'll really test Mayo's new defensive system. While it worked very well against Tyrone in the last round, Tyrone played a much more running game, and it's probably a lot easier to defend that type of game. So it'll be interesting to see how Mayo's defensive system stands up against this direct play. I genuinely feel it's probably a step too far for Tipperary. As I say, they had a great win in the quarter-final against Galway, but Mayo are a very experienced bunch, and I think their win against Tyrone probably has copper-fastened that belief in that they're good enough to go on and win an All-Ireland. And I think the main difference between the teams is that Mayo have worked very hard in their defensive system since the previous year, whereas Tipperary have been conceding big scores. They've conceded 9 goals so far in 5 games in the championship, which is much too. It's far too much, and I think if you're conceding goals in big games, in semi-final, finals, you can really win. And Mayo, in contrast, have only conceded 3 goals in 6 games. So I think that's the big area where Tipperary will probably fall down. While they're good going forward, I don't think they're advanced enough defensively to cope with a team like Mayo. So I would tip Mayo to win, and probably with a good bit to spare.